about defense before the game. 19 allowed in the first quarter for you guys, but then 67 in the second half. What kind of shifted on that end that helped OKC get going?
Well, I can't tell you exactly everything that happened, but we allowed them to get their rhythm going. They sped the game up. Gilgeous-Alexander really got going toward the end of the half. We still had a lead at halftime. Look, the game's tied at 107 with 2.5. I mean, it was really make or miss going down the stretch. And, the three that he hit up on top was a hellacious shot. Mathurin was right in his face. And, that was the deciding shot probably. We had a couple of other okay looks that didn't go down. And then, the offensive foul call on Nembhard was a tough one. I didn't have a great angle. I just watched it. The game was so physical, you would think that something like that might be a play on, but the whistle blew, and so we got unlucky.
Looked like you guys played through Andrew a little bit more than Tyrese in this game. What was the thinking behind that strategy for this one?
I'm sorry?
I feel like you guys played through Andrew a little more as the ball handler setting up tonight than Tyrese. What was the thinking behind that?
Well, it's, a lot of it has to do with the matchups. Coming into this game, it was the kind of game where we really knew that the best chance for us was to keep the game as random as possible, keep pace and movement in the game. And when you do that, it's hard to gauge exactly where the ball goes. And so, Tylee ended up with 4 points and 6 shots, but they committed Lou Dort to him. And Lou Dort's as good a defender as there is in the league right now. So, that had a lot to do with it as well.
How's Obi Toppin's ankle coming off of this? And then what did you think about just the minutes you got from Jarris, particularly down the end of the stretch of the third quarter?
Yeah, Obi tried to go back out. It didn't seem like it was that bad initially, and then he felt it when he went back out. So, I certainly assume he'll miss tomorrow, and we'll see. He's been a guy that's bounced back quickly. Jarris did some good things. I love the aggression that he's shown right now. He's been rebounding the ball, and now is a great opportunity that's going to be presented to him with Obi probably missing some time.
We've talked about him a couple times lately, but Miles Turner obviously wasn't shooting as well tonight, but 11 boards, I think 5 blocks. I mean, just what stands out about just what you're getting from him around the rim and on the glass?
Yeah, I mean, this game, we won the boards and we had 11 turnovers. It was. I mean, those two numbers come into it. You would have said those are going to give you a real chance, and they did. But in the last 2.5 minutes, we got outscored. What was it? 13 to 7, or whatever it was. And so, sometimes games get condensed into very short periods of time, and they made some great plays, and we didn't make enough.
I guess to go back to Shea, I mean, just what makes him as tough of a cover as he is? I mean, like you said, he's playing as good as any, all maybe 4 or 5 guys in the league. Just what makes him that tough?
He's a great player. There's no doubt about that, and he will be an MVP maybe this year. I thought the stretch at the end of the first half where we just were not organized when he was taking it at us was a killer. And we had a 12, 14 point lead. And I think we had it up to 15 at one point during the first half. And, he just went through us 3 or 4 times to score at the end of the half. And, that's going to get you beat. And it gave him juice, and it probably gave their team juice too. And then, they had a very good third quarter. And then, after their run, we did a couple of really good things to get the lead back going into the fourth, and then, it's a 12-minute game, and it turns out to be a 2.5-minute game.
Pascal, you guys started strong on the defensive end with 19 allowed in the first quarter, but 67 scored by Thunder in the second half. What changed for you guys defensively, or what did they change that made it harder to stop them as the game got going?
I mean, obviously they number one, was for a reason, so. They found a rhythm. I thought we did pretty well, like just making the paint kind of like more crowded. I thought, for a stretch, it was easy for them to just get down the paint, and that's not what we want.
When someone like Dort is on Tyrese, especially on a switchy team like them, what do you guys have to do to get him shots or get him going?
I think we just gotta, keep playing. Obviously, it's like the way we play is just, we just go out there and try to get the best shot we can, and he's always gonna make the right decision. And at the end of the day, like we just gotta set screens, we gotta move and create more confusion, and that's kind of like who we are.
You talked about just creating more confusion. Rick talked about just being more random, and that's obviously your game plan to start with. I mean, that's kind of what your guys are going on. How do you try to dial that up a level for these guys, and what does that mean, I guess, in terms of trying to be, I guess, more random than you already are?
I think it's just being who we are. I think for stretches we weren't. Obviously, I thought we made some good plays. Like we missed some shots. We went down, down the stretch, and they made shots and we missed them, and sometimes that's how it happens.
Obviously, you got going, hitting threes to start this game. I mean, how much do you think you've added to that part of your game? Basically, I mean, you've obviously been able to always score at all three levels, but how much do you think you're getting more precise at that spot?
I mean, hey man, it's basketball. Sometimes you make them, sometimes you miss them, and at the end of the day, trust the work and just go out there and play free.
What makes Gilgeous Alexander as tough of a cover as he is? I mean,
he's
what
quick.
Next level?
I mean, he's gonna have the ball. He's relentless. He can shoot the three. He can he can handle. He's just got quick bursts, and he can get to the free throw line. I don't know how many free throws he had. 11. He's a total package.
I think one thing Rick said was that you guys only turned the ball over 11 times. You won the rebounding battle 51-45. He said he would have taken those numbers beforehand. How much better do you think you guys have gotten over the last couple of weeks in just the possession part of the game, security and rebounding?
Yeah, no, I think Miles is rebounding his butt off, and he's playing hard. I'm trying to go out there help him as much as I can. Ben is doing a good job. We just gotta it's got to be a 5-man job, and we know that's an area we got to get better at, and we know how much better we are as a team if we do that, because our defense is improving. So, we just got to make the effort every single night.
Drew, to start, obviously they put Dort on Tyrese. Look like give a lot more ball handling duties to you. Basically, what do you feel like you did well in those circumstances? Obviously, trying to attack and get downhill. What do you think you did well on the offensive end?
Just bring the ball up the court, get us into offense, start the action, make the first domino fall. I think did a solid job doing that.
You obviously deal with Shea a lot. Playing with Team Canada, you know him really well. I mean, and that's a tough cover, and certainly you're used to tough covers. But what makes him special? What makes him a different type of challenge out there?
Yeah, I think his size, his physicality, his pace, his ability to make shots pretty much everywhere on the court makes him a tough guard. Yeah.
The Thunder defense is so compact, especially when the game slows down late like this. What does it take to actually get them moving and break them down?
Getting the ball into the paint, whether that's a duck in, a drive, a screen slip, cut. But I think also getting stops does a lot for our offense against a team like that.
What was the difference to you in the last 2.5 minutes? I think it was tied about 107 at that point.
They made more buckets than we did.
Sorry. What went into that to you?
I mean, we missed a couple easy ones. I missed a couple easy ones. They just executed a little better than us. Yep.